What's going on, Moon Gang? We got to talk about the EV sector because it has not been doing well this week or last week. In this video, we will be doing a technical breakdown of CCIV, QS, Tesla, and NIO. But before we get into that, let me go over the portfolio so you know all my own positions, so you know why I'm being biased. Then we'll do a quick breakdown of all these. Before we actually go into the portfolio, I want to bring to your attention that Tilray, heading into the earnings announcement, it closed the day out at 31.51 and it's killing it right now. It's trading at 36. Very, very excited for that. So don't sleep on that tomorrow, just so you know. So for my own positions, coming into today, I did have 3 call options on CCIV. I ended up closing them all, and that's just because they were going to expire this Friday, and I was getting eaten alive by theta decay. So just to recap how that played out, I was a huge beneficiary of the Lucid Motors expected announcement. What had happened was I bought 5 contracts with a $40 strike price, expiration of February 19. They each cost me $3.40. I sold 2 at $13.50. So one of them covered the entire cost of the position. The other one was a gain, a profit of $1,000. Then I sold 1 at $15. So that was another profit of $1,500. Then I sold 2 at $16.06, which was a profit of $3,200. So overall, these CCIV calls profited me way more than 5K. Awesome, awesome trade. And the only reason I sold it was because theta decay was eating me alive. So overall, heading into tomorrow, this is what I have, some Riot calls, Tilray calls. But in terms of EV, I still have 28 shares of CCIV. My average cost is 18. I'm up 211%. I'm going to let it ride. I'm very, very happy with my cost basis. On top of that, I have fuel cell. I have 28 shares at an average of 18. I'm up 23% on those. Fuel cell has been having a rough go of it. And then the final one for EV, at least in this account, is Kohrs. I have 22 at 22.47. I'm up 44% on those. Also, just so you know, in my own private retirement account, I own quite a bit of Tesla at a cost basis of 400. And also, to be completely honest with you today, as we're about to see in Tesla's chart, I thought I saw some weakness in it, so I bought some puts. In the end, I was horrifically wrong, and it cost me $1,000. I'll show you what I was looking at. But as much as I know it's a rule to not bet against Elon and Tesla, I broke my rule, and guess what? It cost me money. But now let's switch over to the charts because I do think that there's some interesting opportunity. Let's kick things off with Churchill Capital, the SPAC play that is rumored, and it's most likely true, to be partnering up with Lucid Motors. Trades under CCIV. It's at $56.23. Today, it managed to hit a new all-time high just below $60, and thus far in 2021, it's up 461%. Pretty disgusting. So from a technical perspective, these white trend lines, when you have an upward channel like that, it's actually referred to as a bear flag. You didn't mishear me. It's called a bear flag, and that's just because they commonly break downward. I know it's kind of like inverse of what you think it would actually mean. But anyway, the fact that it broke upward shows you how much excitement and bullishness is going on in this stock. There is one thing that I want to bring to your attention though. On the bottom here, we have the relative strength index, better known as the RSI. It maps out bullish momentum against bearish momentum. What I wanted to bring to your attention is from a technical perspective. Obviously, CCIV has been trading higher and higher, but the RSI has been going lower and lower. This is referred to as bearish divergence, and it's commonly a sign of a future consolidation or maybe even a small decline. If that were to happen, I would say you should first watch the support at $50, also a key psychological level. And if it goes below that and it does it quickly, you can watch even lower at the top of this trend line if you're looking to get in at a nice technical support. On the flip side though, I mean, it could keep running. There's a lot of excitement in CCIV. The only real resistance is today's all-time high, just below $60. Above that, the chart hasn't developed in this region. So my big suggestion would be to watch the main human levels of the key psychological resistance, as in where a lot of people will be like looking to take profits. The first one would be $75, and past that we would have $100. I'm not saying that CCIV will get up there in like the immediate future. Those are just the levels I would recommend paying attention to. Overall, the chart's looking pretty bullish. Clearly, people are excited for this merger with Lucid Motors. Today was one that was pretty hot at the end of the year, and then it picked up more steam today, and that's Quantum State. QuantumScape, ticker symbol QS. This is an EV company that's making electric vehicle batteries. They're backed by Volkswagen and Bill Gates. Pretty exciting. At the end of 2020, it shot up from $56 all the way to $132. And then there was a report that came out, and I think people overreacted to it. But in any way, it quickly sold off all the way to sub 50. As of now, QuantumScape is trading at $66.52. It is up it's down 21% thus far in 2021. But from a technical perspective, I really like what I'm seeing. It found support at $41, finally broke above this support, turned resistance at 47, and now it looks like it's tracking its way back upward to this previous resistance at 74. For a while now, I've been saying that I'm a big fan of QuantumScape at least doing a gap fill up to 84, so I will specifically be watching that level. I used to have call options on QuantumScape to profit from this, but it played out a little bit too slow for me. And then when it broke below the support at 47, I cut the position, but now I wish I didn't. But of course, don't forget that hindsight is always going to be 2020. But moving forward, I do feel confident about it testing 74.50 past that 84. I am bullish on QuantumScape. Next up, we have Elon's brainchild, Tesla. Tesla's currently trading just below $800. Thus far in 2021, it is up 13%. And here's where things went awry for me today. So after this breakdown of the trend line, after hitting the current all-time high of 900, we have this breakdown, and it made a new support at $781. From there was a failed attempt to get back into this trend line. It sold off again. And for a while, it was battling out at 800. I didn't want to take a position yet. I was like, let's see how it reacts to 780. This time it broke below, and I took that to be a very bearish sign. And that's where I bought some intraday put options. But as you can see, Tesla came back fighting. I got blown out of the water on it. I quickly lost $1,500. I cut it for a loss. I should have learned my lesson. And remember, coming back to the RSI, when it gets very low, that is a sign of being oversold. It's a lot of bearish momentum. I think people saw this, at least on the 4-hour time frame. They saw it as a good dip buy opportunity, especially because Tesla, it really does seem to have such a bright future. So I'm assuming, bought Tesla on a discount, and I think that they will be looking to ride it higher. Moving forward, make sure you pay attention to how it reacts to the support turn resistance at 800. Past that, we have 832. And if for some reason the bears do step in, once again, watch 780. And past that, watch 750. And finally, at least for this video, we have NIO. NIO trades under the ticker NIO. It's a Chinese EV play, currently trading at $57. Thus far in 2021, it is up almost 18%. Has a very similar RSI scheme to Tesla. Super low, getting close to that oversold territory. Kind of a different chart though. It was following, we had this nice breakout of this bullish pennant, which is just basically a triangle. Then we had another bullish pennant, and this is one of those perfect counter examples. Usually they break upward. This time it broke downward, and then we've been following this trend line. Unfortunately, after breaking above this trend line on the second attempt, I was like, hey, this is my opportunity. That's where I bought about 8 call options on NIO. And as you could see, there was no bullish follow through. So I had to cut for a loss. I lost another $1,000 on NIO for that. And I actually feel a bit fortunate because it kept selling off today. There is upcoming support at 55, another support at 54. If it breaks below 54, I think things could get pretty bearish, but I don't think that's going to happen. From a technical perspective, there is quite a bit of support in this area. The RSI is already getting to that oversold zone. So I think sooner rather than later, NIO and really the overall EV sector, I think we should see some life in it pretty soon. But of course, we're going to have to let the chart to develop to see how things truly play out. For me personally, I will be looking for support here. And then once again, I'll get excited on pretty much the 1, 2, 3, probably the 4th major test of this trend line, just to see how it, from there, the breakout. And let's see then if it can get above 64.40, where it's been rejected multiple times before. Of course, past that, we would then have a test of the all-time high. Overall, the EV sector has been showing a bit of momentary weakness on the micro scale, but don't let that kind of fool you. On the macro scale, on a long-term scale, EV is still very strong. As ED adoption rates go through the roof, all these companies should most likely benefit from those tailwinds. Overall, I am still a long-term bull on all of these. I shared my positions with you, and I think in the future, they will pay massive, massive dividends. If you enjoy this type of stock market content, don't forget to stay up to date with the Moon Gang by hitting the subscribe button and turning on your notifications. All you have to do is hit the bell, switch it to always, so you don't miss any of the daily live streams or clips like this. Thank you for spending a portion of your day with me, and as always, best of luck in the markets.